Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back. Tonight we're going to be talking about line segments, and the notes should be even briefer than usual. So, have your notes out in front of you, maybe some different colors, and here we go. So, a line segment is exactly what it sounds like. It's a part or a piece of a line. Unlike a line, which goes on infinitely and therefore has no length, a line segment does have a length because it's bounded on either side by two endpoints. So this would be an example of a line segment. Notice that it doesn't have the arrows on either side that indicate on a line that it extends forever, infinitely on either side. A line segment has no arrows, so it is showing that it terminates at each of those points. So I can call this endpoint on the left point C, for example, and this endpoint point D. Again, notice when we name points, we use single block capital letters. To name a line segment, we use the two endpoints. We can't use any points on the segment other than the two endpoints. However, we can name the line segment with either direction. So I could call it line segment CD or line segment DC. And I just need to indicate that it's a segment by putting a line above it with no arrowheads on either side. So again, be careful. Lines we name with any 2 points on the line and we use double arrowheads, but for a line segment, because it terminates on both sides, we have to use the endpoints in either order and a line segment symbol above it with no arrowheads. And the last thing we're going to talk about tonight is the segment addition postulate. And all this says is it's almost, I feel like, common sense. But basically, if we were to take a line segment and break it at any point, then the two smaller segments that we've broken it into add up to equal the whole original segment. We call that the segment addition postulate. So the length of a line segment is the sum of the smaller segments contained within it. The last thing I want to talk about is this difference between congruent and equal. They mean almost the same thing, and so sometimes we use them almost interchangeably, but that's actually not 100% correct. Congruency, or the idea of two things being congruent, refer to a figure's shape and size. So we can say that two triangles are congruent to each other. We could say that two line segments are congruent. But if we're talking about equal, we're referring specifically to their measurements. So if I say that two line segments are equal, then I'm saying that the measurement of one line segment is equal to the measurement of the other. So when we talk about equality, we need units. When we talk about congruency, we're only referring to its shape and size, no specific numbers. So please make sure that you make a note of that and you use the congruent symbol and the equal symbol properly on your tests and quizzes and things. And that's it. I'm going to let you guys go. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys in class tomorrow.